Very close, quarter, shoulder to shoulder, head to head, nose to nose. Free house, overcharge, captain's budget. Oh, it's close.
Welcome to another edition of Laurel Park Weekly here on Stanton Salter along with Dave Rodman. It's Wednesday, July, double check here, July 26th. As where did July go?
I don't
right?
know.
We're already almost to August. Before you know it, we'll be at the Big T for the Maryland State Fair. But glad to be here again for the final week of July here, and we have lots to get to here in the show. Lots coming up this weekend with the Haskell and of course the Jim Dandy at Saratoga with our Preakness Winter Cloud Computing up there at the spa. But let's start here. Big weekend at Laurel Park this past weekend. The handle was up all 3 days. We had some big long shot winners, some big races. Let's start. We'll get to all that. We'll get to the local recap. But first, let's show you what's coming up here this weekend. A big weekend, all kinds of action. Let's start with the handicap. A nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6. A little over 6,100. A lot of people will be playing Saratoga and Del Mar this Friday. But I like the Pick 6 with that carryover. It's in that good range where it's going to get 10,000 new money put into it, and you still have a shot to take down because you're not having all the big Pick 6 heavyweights in there yet. Nice carryover in the Pick 6 for Friday's card.
A little later in the show, maybe give you a little preview of Friday's card, some helpful hints, and maybe get you a single or get you a couple of horses you can key off of with a Pick 6 carryover on Friday afternoon. It's a tricky sequence for sure. Just looked at the entries, but the money's there. Go for it.
And we have a nice card Friday. 6 of 10 races on our big world-class turf course on Friday as Friday kicks off the 3-day race weekend. All kinds of activities this weekend. Saturday is Kids Day here at Laurel Park. Fun for the whole family. They're going to have a petting zoo, face painting, the crafts, tattoo artists, all pony rides, all kinds of stuff for the kids here this Saturday at Laurel Park. This always brings out, it's free admission to the activities as well. This always brings out a lot of people for Kids Day.
That shows you it's fun for kids of all ages at the track there. Pony rides, petting zoo, airbrush tattoo artists, and mom and dad may be interested in cashing a few tickets. That's the fun for the older kids, right?
And you can, exactly, fun for everybody here this weekend. And also we're going to have watch real jockeys race on inflatable Roddy ponies. So this is always fun, and you can help the permanently disabled jockeys fund. You can make a minimum $5 donation, and if your favorite jockey wins, you'll be entered into a drawing for a chance to win an iPad. Let's see, Beat headphones, $100 Laurel Park dining gift card, or a photo with your winning jockey and a jock's room tour. PDJF caps, T-shirts, goggles, all kinds of good stuff. So help a good cause out here and get a nice prize Saturday helping the permanently disabled jockeys.
Yeah, with that minimum $5 donation of the PDJF jockey booth there, you can have a chance to win not one but several prizes. I mean, the Beat headphones, it's like $125 value. iPad, well, we know those. Everybody wants an iPad. So come on out, and the jocks are going to bounce on the turf or the dirt. I'm not sure which, depending on the track condition, but they'll be bouncing out there, and there will be a winner. Get the photo camera ready.
And let's talking about the weather. Looks like it's going to be raining, maybe raining here on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday looking for beautiful weather here at Laurel Park. So that's Saturday, July 29th. Coming up on Sunday, July 30th, the big crab feast of the summer, the Laurel Park Crab Feast. All you can eat. Fresh, hot, steamed Maryland blue crabs. Of course, it includes all the sodas and cold beer you can drink. A free Haskell hat with advanced ticket purchase. Also fried chicken, macaroni, and cheese. But you don't want to fill up on that. You want to save room for these fresh, hot Maryland crabs. They're going to come here in a truck. They're going to be steamed live here on site. One of the best crab feasts of the summertime here at Laurel.
Does it get any better than that? Sunday crab feast. Get yourself about 6 or 7, Maryland hot steam crabs there with the mallet. Get your PPs out for Laurel and for the Haskell and start cracking away. at the crab feast. Hey, McCracken's running in the Haskell, so maybe that's a hunch play.
And he's going to be taking on Irish War Cry, who's going to be one of the favorites. Of course, that's our local horse. He's a stakes winner here at Laurel Park. Irish War Cry for Grand Motion. We'll talk more about Irish War Cry, McCracken, and all the other top 3-year-olds in the Haskell this Sunday, same day as the Crab Feast, and then coming up Saturday, August 5th here at Laurel Park, the Virginia Breds coming to town. We have 4 $75,000 added stakes, and good to see some Virginia stakes named after William Backer, of course, the late great breeder down there in Virginia. The Hansel Stakes, of course, named after the Preakness champion Hansel. The Camptown Stakes and the Meadow Stable Stakes. Of course, Meadow Stables, that's where Secretariat and all those big horses down there in Virginia came from. So this will be a big Saturday in Virginia. They come up. We'll have a big crowd for this as the Virginia-bred people really come and support this day.
Right, should be. Hansel, of course, winner of the Preakness in 1991. That was my first Preakness call. Never forget that.
Your first one?
Yeah, and 91, Hansel. Right?
He won by like 10, didn't he?
Yeah, luckily. It was a relief when he drew away at the top of the stretch. Of course, the late, great William Backer. I did meet him, courtesy of you, remember? Saratoga.
Did we go to his party?
That's right.
And he was a legend, of course. The guy, he put what was it?
The man who did the
Coca-Cola
jingle.
Coca-Cola jingle. I think Miller Lite as well. He was one of the original
ad exec.
One of the original madmen up there on Madison Avenue.
Right.
So hopefully he'll have a big crowd out here, as he was a fan favorite as well. Great, classy guy, and always had some good stories. So, and they're keeping his farm going down there in Virginia, so that's good to see. So some nice stake races coming up again here, Laurel Park, Saturday, August 5th. But let's get right to all the action we had last weekend here at Laurel Park. Our feature, one of our co-features of the day last Saturday, the Concern Stakes for top 3-year-olds going 7 furlongs for $75,000, and No Dozing, a very popular winner here for trainer Arnaud Delacour. What a weekend Delacour had here last week, and he wins the feature on Saturday. He had a couple nice maiden wins on Sunday. Catching Fireflies, a nice winner on Friday. We can roll the tape, though, here if we have it on No Dozing. This is in the Concern Stakes, and he had to look. It was 4 to 5, right? Yeah, and Honor the Fleet was all over him. Turning for home looked like Honor the Fleet with first-time Lasix might get the best of the heavy favorite, but No Dozing very tough to battle back down there on the inside.
And there he is in the final furlong. No Concern, late for No Dozing in the Concern Stakes, adding the blinkers for the first time. Traditionally, a horse who kind of runs a little bit off the pace, but aggressively ridden by Daniel Centeno that day with the blinkers on, outclassing the field. He had faced Taprit earlier this year, McCracken, Classic Empire last year. Looking for a little softer spot to get his confidence back there in the 7 furlong Concern Stakes. I would assume that those blinkers would stay on after that performance for Laurel Stables.
Sure, and I was going 7 furlongs, and the way he won that race, it's I would think safe to think that he can probably stretch that back out to 2 turns with the blinkers on and try some greatest stakes company later on this year after that big win.
Right, he's 2 for 2 now at Laurel, so maybe we'll see him maybe run a mile or something like that here at Laurel, and then go on and step up to some graded stakes company once again.
So, all right, so Delacour wins the feature with No Dozing in the Concern Stakes on Saturday. The other co-feature Saturday was the Open Allowance going a mile on the turf, and Talk Show Man. Let's see Talk Show Man. He's back in good form for owner-breeder Dr. Michael Harrison and trainer Hammy Smith. This was his first win since the Henry Clark back in April of 2015. He comes with his late rally. Didn't look like he was going to get there, but then really surges late, and Talk Show Man, big win here for the local Maryland connections.
It looks like he's maybe back close to his prime, 6 of 28 lifetime coming into the race now, 7 of 29. And, you know, he was 4th in the Maryland Million Classic last year, but you got to remember, he is a class horse, Talk Show Man. Maryland bred beat Ben's Cat back in 2014 in the Maryland Million Turf, and he's faced the likes of Flash Phelps in that comeback race before that. I would like to see Flash and Talk Show Man clash again on the turf.
Sure, now that's Talk Show Man back in good form, Flash Phelps in good form. That would be a good showdown of 2 Maryland breds.
We may see that in the Maryland Million.
Sure.
I would assume Maryland Million Day, assuming that they go turf this time.
Might see it in the fine coming up in August.
That's true.
So,
right.
yeah, all right. So, talk show man, the 7-year-old for Hammy Smith gets the win in that Saturday co-feature allowance race here at Laurel Park. Let's talk about the Delacour weekend. We told you he had a big weekend. He won the Concern, catching Fireflies on Friday. 2 very, very impressive maiden special weight debut winners on Sunday. Now we just have to figure out how to say this horse's name.
Well.
You looked up how to say it. I talked to Martine in the winner's circle, who talked to the groom. However you say it, she's a well-bred 3-year-old filly by Speightstown. They paid $300,000 for her as a yearling at Keeneland. Guayaba is how I heard how you say it. It's a Mexican fruit. You have a different pronunciation.
Well, it depends on where you're from in the world, right?
Okay,
it's,
sure.
Bonchance Farms. I stuck with Guayaba. In any case, first of 2 wins. We'll see the other one from Bonchance Farm, actually, this past weekend at Laurel Park. But a nice move from the Speightstown filly, who lagged off the pace. And, outside, here she comes with a nice sweeping move at the top of the stretch and a good final furlong kick, 3-5. They thought highly of her, and the windows, the money showed at the windows for her. I thought a pretty professional kind of looking win here for Guayaba from Bonchance Farm and Arnaud Delacour.
And this was a very, very nice field of maiden special weight 3-year-old fillies in here. Cal Lynch had a filly in there that was out of a dam, who was a multiple Grade 3 winner, made over $1 million. Bunch of knives. It was a nice field, and she just blew the field away. Be interesting to see where she ends up next.
I would assume maybe just give her another sprint and see if she can pull that same trick again. But she did really very little wrong, I thought, there in the stretch run. Did it like a pro. But sweeping outside, maybe next time she can show a little more determination, maybe come from between horses.
And so that was race 1 on Sunday, a first-time starter for Bonchance Farm LLC. Then Delacour would come right back in race 6, a nice maiden special weight going long on the turf. So he wins with a first-time starter going short on the dirt, and then he does it again going long on the turf. That's tough to do. Greek Mythology, a well-bred filly by Medaglia d'Oro. She came into the race with a bunch of nice works, and she had to come from off the pace, split horses.
Exactly.
Very impressive
Same
win.
silks, and just what I was talking about, the very professional win, considering it had rained before this race. The turf course listed as yielding now the chart for this race. As you can see, a little bit of cut in the ground, but she did not hesitate to come through between horses in the first out win, going long on the grass, as Bonchance has a double on this weekend at Laurel Park.
Yeah, impressive wins for sure. And these horses train at Fair Hill for trainer Arnaud Delacour. What a summer he's having. I believe he's about 50% winners right now. It's up there in the Linda Rice kind of range right now.
Yeah. It's Delacour, Claudio Gonzalez. They're having really good meets here at Laurel Park. A good horse to watch, I think, stand out of that race. Lemon Drop Kitty, who was maybe floating a little wide.
My top pick in that
turn.
race.
I know you liked her in that race. I think you can cash next time out. Maybe use her in a single. Hopefully she'll wind up in a pick 5 or pick 6 sequence for you here at Laurel Park. But she was a Lemon Drop Kid filly stretching out for the first time, and she ran really big too. That could turn out to be a key race.
All right, so that's the local recap from last weekend. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll do a little national recap. We'll tell you about the Sagamore show up there at Saratoga. Sagamore with 2 Maryland bred winners up there opening week at the Spa. We'll show you that when we come back. Welcome back, Laurel Park Weekly. I'm Stanton Salter, Dave Rodman here. Just I want to keep having to recheck the date as July has flown by. It's a Wednesday, July 26th here for this new edition of Laurel Park Weekly. We just showed you the local recap from last weekend. Let's do a little national recap. And the Maryland Reds were making us proud up there at Saratoga, one of the toughest meets in the world. It was Sagamore Farm up there at Saratoga. The Maryland bred Ginger and Rye. You've called her around here with 3 wins she's had here on the Laurel grass, and a very nice win against Allowance Company. Let's show it. This was last Sunday against an upper-level allowance field at 11-1. Here comes Ginger and Rye, the 5-year-old Maryland bred for Sagamore Farm and trainer Horacio DePaz.
Sagamore believers line their pockets with some money this weekend at Saratoga. And this is a good training effort here from Horacio DePaz for the Maryland-bred Sagamore Farm homebred there, Ginger and Rye, because, well, she previously kind of a routing kind of filly, you know.
Yep.
Enough time away from the races was sharp enough to sprint. And maybe the telltale sign of those good, solid 5/8 works at Sagamore Farm on the synthetic surface there. But she was sharp enough coming off a time away to beat Open Company. She's faced Maryland breds before, just missed in the All Brandy. So, you know, she's versatile. She can come back here and make probably 2-5 against Maryland breds.
Yep.
But, you know, I think maybe they'll keep her sprinting after that little effort at the 5.5 at Saratoga.
All right, so Ginger and Ryan, nice allowance winner for Sagamore and Horacio DePaz on Sunday. They started the week off on a winning note on Friday, opening day at Saratoga. Race 5. How about this filly was the beaten favorite at Pimlico. She goes up to Saratoga and gets the money at 9-1. I missed her. I was focusing on the action here at Laurel Park. I missed Southampton Way. Maryland bred filly by Into Mischief out of a Not for Love mare. Let's show the win. Ricardo Santana Jr. was aboard, and Santana Jr. with the Sagamore winners, and I believe a few other winners. He's having a big. He had a big opening weekend up there as well.
Ginger and Rye was 11-1, as you mentioned, Stan. They're 9-1 on Southampton Way, with the blinkers on for the first time, coming off one effort against a salty field of 2-year-old fillies, many of them first-time starters who were highly regarded, highly respected at the windows. But the blinkers doing the trick. She was favored at Pimlico in her first run, but that was on the mud. So change of equipment and a fast track, that was all it took. Again, off since May, but Horacio DePaz doing a good job there, getting her ready off that time.
All right, she had a nice bullet work here at Laurel Park on July 10th, and then another nice half-mile work July 16th before they took her up there to Saratoga. So congratulations to Sagamore Farm, their whole team, Hunter Rankin, their trainer Horacio DePaz. 2 very nice wins on opening weekend with Ginger and Ryan Southampton Way, and they almost got the money in the Grade 3 Lake George. Chubby Star, I thought, ran a very good 4th. Let's show it here from the top of the stretch. This was one of the features on opening Friday. Let's show Proctor's Ledge. Let's show Proctor's Ledge comes with the late rally, but it's Chubby Star in front turning for home here in the Sagamore colors. You're going to see the horse in front down there, the Chestnut filly. But she went to the front in this race. Normally in the Jimmy Murphy against the boys, she came from off the pace and was a good second. They put her on the lead here, Chubby Star, in the Grade 3 Lake George. Still a good 4th, I thought, to Proctor's Ledge.
Yeah, very respectable run, capping off a Sagamore Spirit weekend up there. But Proctor's Ledge there, going away at the end. Lasix for the first time from the Brendan Walsh barn. And that's a Ghost Zapper filly he's having just a tremendous year as a sire. That was the 7th graded stakes winner in 2017 for Ghost Zapper at Dina Springs.
Yeah, Ghost Zapper's red hot. So Proctor's Ledge, good-looking win there in the Grade 3 Lake George. One of the big features of the weekend up there at Saratoga was on Saturday, the Grade 1 Diana. This filly, this 5-year-old mare, she's becoming popular, one of the most famous horses in the world right now. Let's show you Lady Eli's win. She was your heavy 4-5 favorite for Chad Brown, and no surprise, Chad Brown wins another Grade 1 here with Lady Eli in the Grade 1 Diana Saturday at the Spa.
Anxious moments from before the gates open, really. Antono acting up, bursting through the gate, and Lady Eli, the Chad Brown runner. So, you know, this is a lot to overcome. And, well, look at the heart and look at the will Her Lady Eli, as Larry Colma said, the dauntless Lady Eli at the wire there over Kadira. Antonio running a big one, too, not far beaten. Third. Excellent effort. 5th grade 1 victory. I think I've counted for Lady Eli.
Now the 9 wins from 12 starts, a little over $2.7 million in earnings. Not bad for the 5-year-old mare by Divine Park out of a St. Pilato mare. Lady Eli, well, she's one right up there with one of the most popular horses, at least in America right now, right?
I would think so. Big round of applause to her after all the action before the start, and then that gritty stretch run as well. The crowd on their feet at Saratoga.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. That's the local and national recap. When we come back, we'll do a local preview. 3 horses I like Friday here at Laurel Park, and then we'll preview a big weekend of stake races. We have Cloud Computing, your Preakness winner in the Jim Dandy, and then you have Irish Warcry, who's your runner-up in the Belmont Irish Warcry, going to the Haskell at Monmouth. So we'll talk about all that when we come back. Welcome back, Laurel Park Weekly here at the historic Laurel Park paddock. I'm Stanton Salter along with the voice of Maryland Racing, Dave Rodman. Let's get you ready for the race weekend here at Laurel Park. Friday, we'll kick off the 3-day race weekend. Nice carryover in our Rainbow Pick 6, a little over 6,100 for the Pick 6 carryover. That will start race 5 on the 10-race program on Friday. We have 6 races, 6 out of 10 races on the big world-class turf course here on Friday. Hopefully we'll have some nice weather. They're calling for a little rain maybe Friday, but then Saturday and especially Sunday, it looks like they're calling for beautiful weather for that Laurel Park Crab Feast on Sunday. Go to the website to learn about the Crab Feast on Sunday, and also don't forget about Kids Day on Saturday. You can also help out the permanently disabled jockeys fund here on Saturday. So lots of good stuff for this weekend here, and I like 3 horses on Friday's card. Race 6 is a nice nickel starter allowance race going a mile on the main track. This race will kick off that late pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. And how sharp is this horse right now? Let's show you his last win. Goodbye, see you later from the red-hot Claudio Gonzalez barn. This 6-year-old gelding by Bluegrass Cat. This was his 2nd win in a row. He won a nice race against open 4,000 claimers 2 starts ago at Delaware with a 73 buyer, then comes right back and just crushes the field of beaten 7,500 company here at Laurel Park at a 74 buyer. He's stepping up into a tougher race here Friday in the 6th race, this 5,000 starter allowance race, but he's in good form right now. And the trainer, Claudio Gonzalez, batting at about 34% here for the summer meet. You were looking up a stat the other day how hot Gonzalez is right now.
Yeah, we mentioned Delacour earlier. Gonzalez probably one of the top couple hottest trainers here in Maryland. Gonzalez, the last 30 days at Laurel, 9 for 20. That's only 45%. That's getting to Linda Rice territory here at Laurel. But Claudio just having a superb kind of a, overlooked last 30 days with a lot of really nice 2-year-olds running in Saratoga Open. But this horse looking for 3rd in a row. He got away with a slow pace in that race, and your Quickie's going to try to beat him this time. If there's a faster pace, try to come after him. He was 2nd in that video you saw just a few moments ago. But he's got a good outside draw for the 1-turn mile on the starter allowance Friday.
And he surely does love Laurel Park. 7 for 9 in the money with a couple wins. He likes this 1 mile distance as well. 6 for 8 in the money going 1 mile with 2 wins. So goodbye, see you later. That'll be my top pick in race 6. A nice starter allowance feature of the day. And then race 7 is a nice maiden claiming 40,000 for filly mares 3 and up, 5.5 furlongs on the turf. And let's show you this 3-year-old daughter of Blame. Moonshine Lullaby had a very adventurous, impressive debut performance for trainer Niall Seville. She went off 8-1. She didn't break very well. Had to come 7 wide. Gets up for a good third with the 5-pound Bug Girl. Now she was claimed by Kieran McGee. Javion Toledo will be aboard. She's going to have to overcome the 1 post in race 7 on Friday. But this was a good-looking third, overcoming a lot of adversity in her debut.
But an interesting draw, though, on Friday. Stand for her again, that inside post. I thought she was a little bit green after breaking slowly, then being pinched. Just kind of through the binoculars, thought she was a little bit green. Can she overcome that? She's in a new barn, claimed for $25,000 into Kieran McGee's barn. I know one person that's going to put a lot of money on her, or at least singular, not maybe only you, but Jeff Siegel from Express Bet TV. They were all over this horse on the XB TV for horses to watch for this past week.
Right.
Moonshine Lullaby looks like she's going to get a lot of attention.
It'll be interesting to see if Toledo can get a little more early speed out of her in the second start, see if she can improve breaking from the gate. She's going to have to, breaking from the 1 hole. The only other option, if no speed, then you just take all the way back and have to come around traffic or try to get up the rail. You got to hope for a trip. So a tough inside post maybe for the 1, Moonshine Lullaby. Actually, no, this horse will be the, this horse will be the 2, right?
The number 2, but breaking from post 1.
Breaking from the end of the entry in the race. So this horse, she's number 2 in race 7 to break from the inside, Moonshine Lullaby. I still like her. Toledo's just going to need to get a good trip breaking from the inside.
Still going to be inside, no matter which way you slice it. Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Chubby Girl, I thought ran big on the dirt, but will she handle the turf for Tim Keefe? I mean, I thought she's kind of sitting on a good race. Maybe the turf would do the trick. She's a great notion. Hot Frisia was only beaten 5 lengths in debut against a pretty good field for Ann Merriman, and Mary Epler's got a first-time starter in here with a bullet work at Pimlico, Lily Bay. So you got a field here where Moonshine Lullaby certainly one you're going to use, but who knows what's in the race, and there are a lot of other angles too.
Nice group of maiden filly mares there in race 7. Race 8, another nice maiden race. Maiden claiming 40,000 for 2-year-old fillies, going 5 furlongs on the main track. And let's show you Bell and Tonic, her debut here at Laurel Park. Let's show this was July 9th here at Laurel against maiden special weight 2-year-old filly by Old Fashioned out of an Fleet Alex mare here for trainer Ferris Allen. A good third. You see the comment line there, finished well, 38-1, a big price with Edgar Prado aboard. She was third, now right back in the same condition. She probably won't be 38-1 again, but I like her. Edgar Prado will be riding again for Ferris Allen, Bell and Tonic.
Yeah, finished well, short comment, good energy. Another comment there from the long comments from that chart from Bell and Tonic's debut. Old Fashioned, you think speed, the damn side of Fleet Alex, Alex's legacy, 2 winners out of that damn short, or actually she won 2 races short and long. So this filly caught the eye first out.
All right, so I like Bell and Tonic in race 8, and then that's it. That's the 3 local preview horses we have coming up for Friday, races 6, 7, and 8. I like those races a lot on Friday's card. What a nice card it's going to be Friday with those 6 races, 6 out of 10 races on the turf. Nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6, a little over 6,100. That starts in race 5 on Friday's card. Let's give you a little national preview here. Some big races, some of the biggest races of the summertime coming up this weekend. We'll start with Cloud Computing, our Preakness winner. Let's show you the Preakness Champs win on the 3rd Saturday of May here at Pimlico. He was a big upset in the Preakness, but he'll be one of the favorites this Saturday in the Jim Dandy up there at Saratoga, the prep for the Travers.
Yeah, he'd worked just so sharp before the Preakness, 13-1, and getting up to beat Classic Empire there, Cloud Computing, working just as sharp coming in to the race this weekend. There he is, outside, thrilling stretch run over Classic Empire.
And you were telling me some of his main rivals in the Jim Dandy. One horse you told me, one of the main top 3-year-olds in the country. Always Dreamin'.
Yeah,
the Derby winner. Always Dreamin' is going to be in the Jim Dandy.
Well, how about that? Derby winner, Preakness winner, matching up there. So that's going to be a top race to look at this weekend when you've got 2 legs of the Triple Crown winners facing each other. and facing off and always dreaming, looking to rebound after showing speed in the Preakness and then finishing far back.
All right, so the Jim Dandy, can't wait for that Saturday at Saratoga. Another feature up there Saturday at Saratoga. The Grade 1 Alfred G. Vanderbilt, an AP Indian. Well, he won this race last year, didn't he? He won it last year. 2016
edition, so looking for back-to-back. Second to Whitmore in the Maryland Sprint, and another excellent race that we had here in Pimlico, Baltimore.
Send it. There we go.
There he is on Preakness weekend. Is this Pimlico? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. This is the Grade 3 Maryland Sprint. He was in front, turnover home with Joe Bravo aboard. Whitmore comes with a strong rally on the far outside. Whitmore's going to get up for a big win, but still a good second here for this 7-year-old son of Indian. Charlie is an 11-time winner. He's made over $1.4 million in earnings. You know Delacour is going to have him right up there for the Vanderbilt to defend his title on Saturday.
All right. Only a couple starts this year for AP Indian. He had 7 starts last year with 6 wins. So kind of looking to retool him here at the age of 7. Maybe hasn't raced quite as much this year. But, again, that's the Delacour barn held in the hot hand. AP Indian looking for a repeat in the Vanderbilt.
Looks like after the runner-up performance there in the Maryland Sprint at Pimlico, he had a nice He's had a nice workout on the synthetic at Fairhill in July 15th, and then a nice work up there on the Oklahoma at Saratoga, July 22nd. So AP Indian, he'll be one of the favorites in the Vanderbilt Saturday. Let's talk about Irish Warcry. He's a 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. He won the Marylander last December as a 2-year-old. Of course, he was the favorite for the Kentucky Derby this year. Here's his game runner-up performance in the Belmont Stakes. He ran too good in this race to lose, didn't he, Dave?
He sure did. I thought he was gone at the top of the stretch after moderate fractions up front under Rajiv Mirage, but Taprit did run him down in that 1.5 mile Belmont Stakes. But this is a field where he's really got to have to work a little bit. I mean, McCracken, Gervin in the race, Chad Brown, duo from Chad Brown, Practical Joke, and Pegasus Stakes winner, the undefeated Timeline in here as well. But it's Irish Warcry, I think, who is really coming into this race in top form. And we always root for a horse here based in Maryland, broke his maiden at Maryland, stakes winner here at Laurel Park. Irish Warcry, Belmont, as I said, facing him, we got McCracken. He breezed 49 and 1. Tuesday morning at Churchill Downs. Gervin, Louisiana Derby winner. This past weekend went 508, 5 ace in 101 and change. So some sharp horses coming to take on Irish Warcry.
And Irish Warcry, a New Jersey bred, so it'd be great to see him win a big race up there, the biggest race in New Jersey, the Haskell, the Grade 1 Haskell. Be great to see him win it up there in front of his hometown fans. We'll be rooting on him in Grand Motion. Irish Warcry in the Haskell Invitational. Preakness winner, Cloud Computing in the Jim Dandy, 2 of the top races of the summertime for 3-year-olds. And, of course, the Jim Dandy, a prep for the Travers later on down the road. But with the Derby winner and the Preakness winner in there this Saturday, that's going to be one heck of a race. A bunch of other nice horses in there as well.
You know, no wonder 2017 is flying by. All this great racing we've had. You know, it just seems like week after week, especially now this time of year.
All right, so that's a wrap for Laurel Park Weekly today. Lots of good stuff coming up here this weekend. Kids Day on Friday, the big Laurel Park Crab Feast on Sunday. Go to laurelpark.com to learn all about that. Nice card on Friday to kick off the 3-day race weekend. Nice carryover in our Pick 6 on Friday. Don't sleep on that. Best of luck at the races. We hope to see you out here for all the festivities this weekend.
See you this weekend.